Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Nick. It is Marketplace Monday. It is the week of our fast. I'm excited. I hope all of you that are on here that are part of the Life Transforming Ministries family got the memo, and bam, we are on our fast week. Again, chicken and fish for the entire week, one meal a day, no sugars, no breads. If you need a little supplement in between, you could have a cup, up to 2 cups a day, one, either fruits and vegetables only. But we're on our fast. Just believe in God to spend this week with Him, getting more clarity and understanding. And today we're finishing our last show on mastering working remotely. Working remotely, really creating the visibility, really creating the value in who you are as an employee to, number one, either help you get a new job, help you get a promotion, help you get a raise, whatever those things are. Working in the remote environment is not easy. It's something that you have to realize was prevalent in corporate America before COVID, but after COVID, it became much more prevalent in corporate America. And I think that corporate America itself, meaning the leadership of some of these larger companies that had you working remotely, didn't know all the answers, didn't know how to do it, didn't know how to implement it, didn't know how to manage it, didn't know how to monitor it. And I think as a result of that, a lot of people's really good work went by the wayside, went through the cracks. So today what I want to do is I want to recap on what we've covered over the last 5 weeks. I want to put it to you all in a nice tight bow. So there's a show that you can always reflect back on. If you are a remote worker or a worker in general, I would refer back to this show probably once a quarter or twice a year at least, right? But we need to realize over the last few episodes or the 5 that we did cover, what we did was we explored key ingredients for excelling in remote work. Now, these key ingredients work the same as if you work in the office. So you don't necessarily have to be a remote worker for this to help you, right? Because what we talked about was discipline, visibility, and influence. Write those things down. What we talked about was discipline, visibility, and influence. You should put that on your wall. Every day at work, I want to be disciplined, I want to be visible, and I want to have influence. Every day at work, I want to be disciplined, I want to be on time, I want to be on schedule, I want to be on task, I want to be visible, I want to be in the meetings I need to be in. I don't want to be in the meeting sleeping. I don't want to be in the meeting doodling. I don't want to be in the meeting driving home from lunch because I was late from lunch. I don't want to be in the meeting going to my kids' school because, I work remote and I can do that. You want to be in the meeting attentive. You want to be in the meeting present, right? And you want to be visible. You want to be engaged and active. Write that down. If you have a meeting, every meeting you have, you want to be engaged and active. Why? Because you want discipline, visibility, and then you want to create influence. So whether you're trying to avoid productivity traps, from working at home, making sure leadership sees your contributions, or just positioning yourself for career growth, the 5 points I'm going to give you today are going to help you to do that. Again, listen to me. If you're working remotely, even if you're not working remotely at the job, whether you are trying to avoid productivity traps, meaning, not just showing up at work and not caring, not being productive, whether you're trying to make sure leadership is seeing your contributions or understanding that, or positioning yourself for a raise or career growth, let's go over these 5 key points today that will help you. So number 1, first and foremost, we talked about in week 1, discipline determines success. Discipline in the remote workforce or in-person workforce will determine success. Remote work offers us flexibility. That's the key. But without structure, it can lead to stagnation. Without structure, it can lead to laziness. Without structure, it can lead to you not doing your job. So it's up to you to create routines. You need to set clear work hours. You need to track your productivity, right? So write that down. You need, if you're a remote worker, right? Yes, it gives us flexibility, but we must implement structure. We have to create routines. We have to set clear work hours, and tracking productivity is non-negotiable for long-term success. Non-negotiable. We used to say to this point before there was remote workers. This is going back 25 years ago. And we used to teach this to real estate agents because they work from home. We would literally say, get up and get dressed like you got to be at the job by 8:30. And when you get dressed, get in your car, watch this, drive around the block, pull back in your driveway, park the car, get out and go to your desk and start work, just like you were going to the job. You should do that every day if you work remotely. If you work remotely, you should set your calendar for the time you're going to get up and the time you're going to be at your desk and the time you're going to start work. And just like you have to report to the job, you should go get in your car, drive around your neighborhood, park your car, get out, and go to work. Unpack your computer, start your computer up, and do the things you would do if you were going to a job. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's something that makes sense, because it gets your mental going. It gets your mental going when you go out of the house, okay? Point number 2 we talked about, visibility equals career growth. Say this with me. Write it in the chat. Out of sight, out of mind. Right. Visibility equals career growth. Out of sight, out of mind. Being good at your job when you work remote isn't enough. You must ensure leadership sees your contributions. You must over communicate. You must use the tools. You must use video. Stop talking on audio. Every opportunity you get, speak on video. And be endless with proactive progress updates. I would literally, if I work remote, I would give my boss an update every day on what I accomplished. If I didn't work remote, I'd give my boss an update. If I had a remote boss, anybody know, does anybody know what a remote boss is? If you have a boss that talks to you less than a couple of times a day, once a day, twice a day, I would send them an email at the end of every day. Here are the things that were asking me. Here are the things I did. Number 3, write this down. Your wins must be documented. If you don't track your success, nobody else is going to track it. You have to track and showcase your impact. If you don't, no one else will. You must maintain a record of your achievements. You must maintain a record of your achievements. And you need to align them, your achievements, with the company goals to strengthen your case for promotion and raises. You must track and showcase your achievements. You must document them. And you need to make sure that your achievements, what you are achieving, what you're doing, what you're producing, aligns with the direction and the goals of the company. There's nothing that will help you get promoted and help you get raises faster than your achievements aligning with what upper management wants to accomplish. Because now they view you as a team player. And they want you to take what you do and instill it in others. That's why they're willing to pay you more. Think about it. If you make $20 an hour and you're good, There's a cap on what you can make. But if you're instilling what you do into 5 other people, they can give you an additional $2 per hour per person. That's a $10 raise. That's a 50% raise versus your normal raise. Why? Because you're impacting and you're influencing others. Okay? Number 4, relationship matters, even virtually. Write that down. Relationships matter, even virtually. Success in remote work isn't just about performance, but it's about connection. Success in the work environment, success in the live environment isn't about doing your job. Have you ever had somebody at one of your jobs that does a great job at their job, but they're just nobody wants to be around them. Nobody wants to talk to them. Nobody wants to have lunch with them. Have you ever been around that person? They sit off in the corner and they do their job and they do it better than anybody, but they'll never get a promotion. They rarely get a raise. So we have to learn to engage in virtual coffee chats. Send somebody, if you have 5 team members, once a week, send them a cup of coffee, a coffee in a box. Order them a DoorDash. Hey, let's meet and have a cup of coffee. I'm buying you a cup of coffee. Participate in the team discussions. You got to build meaningful relationships with your colleagues and with leadership. It is imperative if you want to grow, if you want to be promoted, and if you want to have success in any environment, but especially more so in a virtual environment. Number 5, future-proof your career against AI and automation. How do you do that? Stay ahead by continuously upskilling, continuously developing leadership qualities, continuously mastering human-centric skills like emotional intelligence, strategical thinking strategically, right? And adapting in key environments. These are things, folks, that no matter how much AI they implement, AI is never going to be a manager. AI is never going to be a leader. AI is never going to have people skills. Okay, maybe it will 100 years from now, right? But these are the things. Develop your emotional intelligence. Develop who you are. Develop your leadership qualities, leading people. Okay? So what were the 5 points? Number 1, discipline determines success. Number 2, visibility equals career growth. Number 3, your wins must be documented. Your wins must be documented. Number 4, relationship matters, even virtually. And number 5, future-proof your career against AI and automation. How? Upskilling, leadership developing, and mastering human-centric skills like emotional intelligence and strategic thinking. Okay? What's my final quote for all this? What's my life quote? What's something you should always constantly be thinking about? The best way to secure your future in the marketplace is to create value today. Write that down. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget I told you that. The best way to secure your future today, to secure a promotion today, to secure a raise today, to secure running a better business today. The best way to secure your future in the marketplace is constantly create value. Create value today. Create value. Create value. Create value. A man came out to give my wife a quote for the awning at the church that we're believing God for super. The guy was awful. He created no value. As a matter of fact, he devalued his company because of the way that he treated and acted towards Pastor Franny. Create value. Don't ever think you're above creating value. When you're a leader and you're a manager, create value for your team members. I know you're over them. I know you're better than them. I know you know everything. But create value. Make them want to call you. Make them want to engage you. Make them desire to want to learn from you because you create that value. If you're on a team, you're an individual contributor. Make your boss call on you because you're always prepared. Make your boss call on you because he knows you'll get the job done. Make your boss, you be the one that when your boss can't be there, he says, hey, Ashley, you run the meeting. Hey, Annie, you take over this. Hey, Donovan, you do that. Make your boss pick you out of the crowd because he knows that you'll be prepared, because he knows that you'll be on time, and because he knows that you care and that you'll do a good job. And he knows that you care because you are present. You're there. You're doing these things. Amen. I hope this has helped you guys. I hope the whole series has. We're going to start a new series next week. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I promise you it'll be good. I promise you it will be something that you like. But I will be putting some posts on about it here coming real soon. Listen, I love you guys. Have a great week. This is our fast week. My wife and I, on our Wee Wednesdays, we might talk about fasting in the marriage this Wednesday. Since we're doing a fast, we may be talking about what that looks like, how we should respond to a fast in marriage, fasting in marriage. Amen. So we're excited about that. I'm going to talk on Financial Wisdom Friday about fasting and finances. How does it pertain to that, right? All about the fast. I love you guys. I encourage you, if you're on this broadcast, while you're on your fast, if you're at LTM, talk to the Lord about the marketplace. Talk to the Lord about what you're doing. Be quiet. Listen to what he says. Let him give you some ideas. Let him give you some witty inventions. Let him expand upon what I've taught you here over the last 5 weeks. Amen. Give you revelation on it. I love you. I love you. I love you. Until next time, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.